Hello, beautiful ladies, and welcome to Displaying Your Inner Beauty on the Outside, the podcast about navigating life through the lens of fashion. I'm your host and styling consult, VLR Stylist, and I am super excited today because we are going into part 2 of Introduction to Solids. And if you missed last week's episode, just click the little bubble above me right over there to the right. And give it a quick listen so that way you can get up to date on what we are talking about. So we're going to continue today, but before we jump into that, don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube and turn on the bell notifications so that way you know when I post episodes and shorts. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Pinterest so that way you can see all of the examples that we're talking about today. And lastly, and certainly not least, don't forget to hit the link below, visit my website, and sign up for VLR Stylist so that way you can enjoy the wonderful benefits of having your very own personal stylist. Get a free 30-day trial by clicking the link below. All right, now that that's out the way, let's get started. So in the last episode, we talked about how to style solids on solids and how to style solids in prints. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about that because I'm really excited to talk about the next two topics in this introduction to solids. But if you are interested in how to style solids on solids and solids on prints, click on the little bubble up here to the right and check out that video so you can know all about that. But today, we are going to start with talking about how to style seasonal solids. Now, this is going to be for my girlies who feel like they need to change their wardrobe every single season. And yes, I am absolutely one of those girlies. And no, I will not accept your judgment about it. So when it comes to styling seasonal solids, the first thing you're going to want to do is to apply all of the techniques that you learned in the first part on styling solids on solids and solids on prints. Seasonal solids are going to be solids that you look at for their color and their texture. So for example, in the fall, which is coming up, very excited about that. I don't know about you, but I love myself some pumpkin spice lattes. I'm just saying. So in the fall, some of your core seasonal colors are going to be browns, oranges, dark greens, navies, tans, taupes, etc. These are going to be your core solid colors that you're going to use to build your seasonal wardrobe. After we have our colors, the next thing you're going to look at is texture. Now, when it comes to texture, it's going to be more so about the fabrication, more so than the prints. Now, when we talk about prints as a texture, that is something that's coming later down the line. That's going to be something we talk about in the spring. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that way you can stay updated when we post that video. So when we're talking about texture as it pertains to your seasonal solids, we're going to look at fabrics that make more sense in the fall. Your knits, very heavy knits like sweater knits, your lighter weight knits like jersey knits. We're also going to look at fabrications such as tweed, such as twill. We could do cotton, but more so a thicker cotton, or we would look at wool. So all of these would be considered the texture that we're looking for when we're building our seasonal solids wardrobe. And the reason I call them solids is because generally speaking, these particular fabrications are only one color, but because of the material, it kind of adds an interesting dynamic and an interesting feel to it. So we're classifying it more as a solid rather than as a print. Okay, so how do we style these seasonal solids? You might be asking to yourself. Well, honestly, it's really easy. We're just going to apply the principles from the last episode. So the first idea when it comes to styling your seasonal solids is to put two solid colors that are in that seasonal palette together. For example, you might do yellow and green together. You might do orange and navy together. You might try yellow and white. You might do orange and black. There are so many different combinations you can do when it comes to styling your seasonal solids. And the best part is it's super easy once you've developed the color palette that you want to use. So determine the kind of seasonal color palette you want to go with. We're talking about fall today. So generally speaking, your seasonal color palette, again, is going to be your oranges, yellows, greens, navies, taupes, tans, maybe a little bit of black if you're wanting to make it a little bit more dark, a little bit more winter vibe than fall vibe. But those are going to be your core colors for your seasonal palette. And once you have your colors, all you have to do is mix and match. And the best part of building a palette is every color in the palette should work really nicely together. So the theory and the technique of styling solids on solids definitely applies here. Choose 1 or 2 or 3 colors from your palette that you really like, and then mix and match them all together to create a solid on solids fall look. All right, so maybe you're thinking to yourself, okay, I love this idea of a color palette and then doing solids on solids. I think it would add a fun dimension to my wardrobe without me having to do a lot of thinking, and I definitely want to learn more how to apply this to my own wardrobe. Like, please help me. What do I do? Don't worry, I've got you. If you click the link below and visit VLRstylist.com, you can sign up for a 30-day free trial where I will be your personal stylist. All you have to do is visit the website, fill out the styling survey. I will get in contact with you in regards to your results and what kind of direction you want to go with regards to your wardrobe. Whether that means we're going to look at more of a seasonal wardrobe where it changes every season, or a capsule wardrobe, which we're about to talk about next. So learning how to style solids on solids or solids on prints, it doesn't matter. Whatever you need, I've got you covered. So click the link below, sign up for your free 30-day trial, and I look forward to styling you soon. Okay, let's talk about a capsule wardrobe. So I don't know if you've seen this all over Instagram and Pinterest circa 2019, 2020, 2021. There was a big push for capsule wardrobes. Now, here's the thing about a capsule wardrobe. A capsule wardrobe is basically a wardrobe comprised of a couple of neutrals and a few core pieces that you are going to mix and match with pretty much anything. It works with almost everything you could possibly think of. A good capsule wardrobe is going to have several whites, blacks, and grays. It's also going to have a couple of pairs of denim, whether that's denim jackets, denim skirts, denim pants, denim. There's going to be a little bit in there because you need those pieces to mix and match. Now, the beauty of a capsule wardrobe is that you can easily use it as a seasonal wardrobe if you want to. So let's say you have a capsule wardrobe comprised of those neutrals, whites, blacks, and grays, and a little bit of denim. In the seasonal part of it, the seasonal aspect of this, you would add in specific seasonal colors. 1 or 2 pieces that you really, really like that you're going to pair with what you already own. So when we're talking about styling solids, a capsule wardrobe is really the foundation of building this solids on solids thing, as well as solids and prints. Like, you can really truly build your capsule wardrobe just based off of solids and then use prints as that added element to your wardrobe to give it a little bit of dimension, to add some characteristics to it, to add your personality to it. So let's look at a capsule wardrobe. We've got our whites, blacks, and grays. It is the fall time, so we want to utilize our capsule wardrobe to bring in some seasonal elements. So if you remember those oranges, yellows, greens, and navies we talked about in the first part, you would incorporate them here. Now, rather than building an entire seasonal wardrobe that is made up of solids like we did in the first part, we're only going to choose a couple of pieces that we really like. Maybe there's a really fun orange shirt that we like, or we have a printed yellow shirt that we like, or maybe there's something that's green that is amazing and we just have to have it. Whatever it is, you're only going to pick a couple of pieces to add to your capsule wardrobe, and these are going to be your fall staples. Now, this is going through the idea of having solids as your capsule wardrobe. Now, the theory still applies with prints. There is a way to utilize prints as your capsule wardrobe. Usually you'll see it in black and white stripes, black and white polka dots, black and white flowers, utilizing prints as a solid like we talked about several episodes ago, where the base fabric and the color of the print are the same. These are ways you would incorporate prints into your capsule wardrobe, and then you would utilize the seasonal aspects, the seasonal colors as your solids. So you're kind of doing a print and solid combination with the foundation of a capsule wardrobe. Alrighty, so that wraps up this episode of Intro to Solids. I really hope that you all really enjoyed today's episode and learned a lot about how to incorporate seasonal solids and capsule solids into your wardrobe. I really enjoyed talking about this, and I'm really excited about this series, Styling Fundamentals. I think it's a lot of fun to just take a step back from all of the influencers in the world and looking at all of the wild, crazy fashion things going on and just think about your daily wardrobe. Like, what do you want? How do you want to style yourself? We really talked about defining our definition of modesty in the last series, and this series is all about our styling fundamentals. Deciding what we want to wear and how we want to be and how we're going to display our inner beauty on the outside. So I hope that you enjoyed these two-parters. I might keep doing them. I don't know. It was a lot of fun to break them into 2 different episodes. So who knows? Maybe I'll start doing more 2-parters. But stay tuned until the next episode as we continue our deep dive into styling fundamentals and how to incorporate all of the elements that we have been learning thus far. And if you are enjoying these, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that way you can stay up to date to all of the things I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram and on Pinterest so that way you can see all of the fun ideas and examples that were talked about today. And lastly, and certainly not least, if you are thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I love all of these ideas, I just have no idea where to start, visit my website and sign up for a free 30-day trial. Let me be your personal stylist, and we will go through this fun styling journey of displaying your inner beauty on the outside. Anyways, I will see you, beautiful ladies, in the next episode. Have a good one.